Welcome to Getting Home Sourced with G. Your one-stop shop for all things real estate. Gianno is your go-to guy with over 25 years of experience in the game, serving up the insider scoop on buying, selling, and investing in two of the hottest markets, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Cabo, Mexico. Whether you're looking to score the perfect home, seal the deal on a sale, or dive into the world of international investments, G's got the tips, tricks, and swagger to make it happen. Remember, in Nevada, the smart choice is the right choice. And when it comes to Cabo, you better go oceanside with Cabo G. If you were looking for a quiet, tranquil show about real estate, this ain't it. Gianno has this thing called passion. Let's unleash the beast. This is Welcome to Getting Home Sourced. And now your host, Gianno.
Hey, what do you say? We got another rockin' show here at Getting Home Source, as I'm your host, Gianno. And of course, I'd like to start out by saying, as I always do, folks, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you're listening around the world. Just want to thank you so much. And for my newbies, my first-timers, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first or second show, thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, where's my engine? Where's my family? Where is the engine that drives a Ferrari? There you are out there listening. Thank you so much. Again, folks, it's a community show. It's our show. We're bringing it out to you every week. And I got hot off the presses stuff that we're going to be talking about here today. But before I get into that, just want to let everybody know that, again, March 19th to the 23rd, I will be live in Cabo. Got to meet some clients down there, doing a little tour, got a little closing going on. So again, for all those that are nervous about Mexico, don't worry. I'm going to be boots on the ground over there. I'm going to tell you what's going on. So that's going to be coming up here soon. But for all those that will be there during that time frame, if you're going there on a cruise, or if you just happen to be down there flying in, make sure you reach out to see me, contact me, of course, Gianno at VegasHomeSource.com, or my toll-free number, which, folks, by the way, I had some situations with that. We got that fixed. Orion Communications, I guess, got me screwed up over there in the European area, and unfortunately, I got flagged, but we got that fixed up, so now we're all good to go. 888-528-2810, and my domestic line, just a 702, same number. So for all those that were trying to get a hold of me and had some issues, don't worry, I got that rectified now. And so the flag, I guess, has been removed, so I'm in good graces. We're getting those phone calls coming in, so I just wanted to touch bases on that. Of course, for those that have to get my newsletter fresh off the presses, folks, get on to VegasHomeSource.com, click on the newsletter, subscribe, get in there. A lot of good things that I'm talking about there as well. But for this show, folks, we're calling it virtual shopping. Now, I know that has like a little play on words in there, but we're going to do a deep dive on this because why? It's virtual shopping, but it's based upon real estate. So this is a very interesting thing that I've done a lot of homework on, and I wanted to bring this out because, again, it's one of those reveal shows, right? So what is going on behind the virtual curtain, per se, or the virtual mall where people are going on there and actually purchasing, buying, investing in virtual real estate? Oh my God, OMG, I can't believe it. But yeah, we're going to be talking about this. So
as long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free.
Right now, again, as some of you may or may not know, that the digital revolution, as I like to call it, the virtual ecosystem is absorbing real estate. Yep, it's true, folks. It's happening. And this has become a highly talked about investment that we're going to be doing a deep dive into. I think it's important to address this because it's been on the shelf for a while, and I think now's a good time to bring this to light. So we're going to be doing a deep dive. But right now, the metaverse is rapidly shifting real estate from a physical space to virtual ownership creating, for what I see, is a new economy and the foundation of digital identity, imagination, and interactive experiences. So now listen, I didn't even realize this until I was doing my homework, but this all came back like really 8 years ago, 2017, 2018, and then it started picking up steam during COVID because back then, 2020, 2021, what are we doing? Absolutely nothing, right? So
How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
that was just a dead year and a half. But the Decentraland and the metaverse came in 2021, and they had generated sales of $500 million US. That's 500 million USD, which I couldn't believe. But the main players behind it, of course, who else? Banks, corporations, what have you, hedge funds. So JP Morgan Chase got into the space around the same time. And then the virtual real estate space, from what I was told, between 2019 and 2022, grew 879%. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath and think about that. 879% over a 3 to 4 year period. And that all took place right in the middle of COVID. So when we were probably on the shelf there for 2020, 2021, and now you're scratching your head, you're like, this is interesting. Okay, well, yeah, it is, because right now they're saying by 2022, the average price of digital land parcels were between $7,700 and over 14,000 United States dollars, USD. So now, as of March of 2026, and doing the show, the digital realty trusts that are, I guess, popping up and setting up all over the place. Now, think about that, folks. We talked about trust before in the past, but a digital realty trust, what they call a DLR, I got to say, I actually had to laugh at that. I thought that was kind of interesting. Now that's showing the market cap over 61 billion, with the B, folks, billion US dollars. Yes, 61 billion. Now, again, I'm just taking back over here. It's like, just the facts, ma'am, just the facts. I'm giving the facts out here. So right now they're saying that the metaverse land market will grow at a rate of 73.5% by the end of 2028. Now, I don't know if this is a penny stock or what have you, but again, we're going to get into that during the show, in the back half of the show. But to grow almost 74%, let's just round it up and say 75% in the next 4 years, how is that possible? Well, they're saying basically, folks, that it's all driven by AI infrastructure and tokenized on-chain properties. So I'm not too big on that stuff, but I could say, wow, I can't believe it. Another OMG, oh my God, because again, in doing my homework, I found that the virtual real estate is digital parcels of land. So I have to kind of, give the definition of that, and or spaces within the virtual worlds like Second Life, Decentraland, Sandbox, Somnium Space. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, first of all, I don't even know what the heck all this sounds like. This is just all like algebra to me. But then I'm thinking again, it's like over the last 8 years, I'm like, really, where have I been? So, I mean, I got to kind of slap myself on the wrist and say, where have I been? How come I'm just reading all about this? Kind of like last year into this year, because there's some more data I wanted to give to you guys, and the reveal, as we always talk about for the show and for this year, 2026. So I was just like, this is nuts. But wait, there's more. So now we also see, believe it or not, it's the dirty word again. I know you hate to hear it, but it's NFTs, right? NFTs are the ones that are now, which of course, if anybody doesn't know what NFT is, a non-fungible token, and they're at it again, securing the ownership of digital real estate. I know.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is.
I know it sounds crazy, folks. Again, I just had to talk about this because this is just unbelievable. So as a disclaimer, like I said, I don't really know anything about this stuff because I don't invest in it. I don't think I'm going to invest in it, okay? Because right now, I'm probably 75% on the cryptocurrency and understanding what's going on and all that good stuff. But now talking about this information, I had to do homework on it because I had zero knowledge of what is going on in the metaverse, because with real estate world now, I mean, I have to say I'm actually beside myself here talking about this because yet another reveal, because blockchain is the power or the fuel, let's say, that's on this, rocket launch, right? So this is all the things that are happening behind the scenes because, again, we talk about this before, folks. Everything with going on in the world, we have distractions, we have noise, we have diversions, all these things that are going on. And then again, what's behind the curtain? This is what's going on where the big boys are playing because they think that if a physical asset's going to die, and now they're all going heavy into the digital world, and we're all focused on cryptocurrency and coins and what have you. And now, boom, here we go. Now we're talking real estate, but on a virtual playing field, like its own little world. So again, I have to say, when I'm thinking about this and I'm seeing all this stuff and I'm saying, how are people actually going to buy virtual plots of land? Because not only can you buy them, but then I'm also realizing it's like physical transactions in real estate. You buy them, you lease them, you develop them, you monetize them. And instead of deeds, owners receive a blockchain verified token that confirms their rights. So if you're following me so far here, kids, I mean, this is basically going on to say that the metaverse users can build homes, event venues, office space, learning spaces, shopping areas, gaming environments, and even luxury brands when I was doing my homework, like Adidas, Nike, Samsung, Gucci, and some other luxury real estate firms that are doing virtual stores, they're doing galleries, setting up their own showcase spaces. This is what's happening right now, folks. And to even take it a step further, which I thought this was unbelievable, they actually have attorneys specializing in digital metaverse law to ensure buyer and seller rights are protected. I'm like, wait a second, what? I mean, that's got to get a what? So, I mean, this is what's happening right now. So now, to take it a step further and going into a deeper dive into the subject, which I have to say right now, folks, as I'm talking to you, is very, very, very fascinating right now. And the homework has revealed that this is like it's a rinse and repeat situation, right? Like back in the days when you had buying digital assets in its infancy stages with the hopes of what? Buy low, sell high, playbook, of course. Sound familiar, right? So now the question that you ask yourself is, what gives here? Like, what are we talking about, right? Because there's probably many of you out there that are listening to the show right now. And if you're involved with these type of what I call speculation investments, I would really love to hear from you. Please reach out to me and inform me, show me the data, what is going on, because I have to give a what is going on over here with all this stuff. Because right now I have to say that if they think that digital real estate is going to be bringing high returns, now we talk about affordability, like, of course, throughout the world, we're looking at a physical plane and saying, well, a lot of things are unaffordable and people are shifting into areas where, let's say, they might be struggling or, middle class or upper middle class in one area, they come to another area, and for them, now they're kings of the hill and queens of the hill. But now in digital real estate, I don't know, folks. I mean, again, it's speculative like anything else, physical and now digital, because, of course, when you're speculating on physical land, it's the same kind of playbook, right? You want to buy low, sell high, returns, and what have you. Development, the same thing. So I know that's a mouthful. So let's take a quick commercial break, because when we get back, we're going to get back to the Getting Home Source verse, and we're going to do more of a breakdown of what's going on over here. Stay tuned.
When it comes to luxury living, every detail matters. From private viewings to personalized experiences, Vegas Home Source doesn't just sell homes, they curate lifestyles. Whether you're buying your dream penthouse or selling a signature property, Vegas Home Source delivers concierge-level service designed for your success. Luxury isn't just a price point, it's a personal experience. Let Vegas Home Source make yours unforgettable. Vegas Home Source, your luxury concierge realtor, because you deserve more than just a transaction.
Hey Hey, what do you say? What do you say? Thank you so much for sticking around on the back half of Getting Home Source with your host, Gianno. And like I said, folks, I mean, this is absolutely spectacular. I have to say this is epic because it's shame on me for not really seeing this way back in the day, but not shame on me because I have to bring it out to the forefront now because now things are revealing themselves. And again, what I talked about at the beginning of the year, 2026, the year of revealing whatever's hiding behind 2025, boop, it's coming right out. And now it's in plain sight. And I just caught it. I had to do my homework on it. I wanted to articulate it properly so I could just get it out to you. And again, for those that are already in the space, again, God bless you. I don't know. I mean, if it's working for you, that's fantastic. But again, when I think of crypto and digital, and I think of scams and hacks and people losing money and the volatility and everything getting busted out. I mean, is this the same kind of thing? We're just putting a different, wheel. Like, again, it's reinventing a wheel, just putting a different, tire on it or a different hubcap on it. But a wheel's a wheel's a wheel. So, I mean, like I said, as a realtor now, of course, I sell physical, tangible assets and pretty much always will be because you have to know your space and understand. I'm not going to want to sell something that I don't know anything about. That's like me proclaiming myself to be an accountant. They're like, oh, I'll do your taxes and sell your home. No, not quite. But I think it's important to understand that, I mean, do you really need a real estate license or a real estate degree to sell virtual? I mean, that would be, folks, total ripoff. And at the same time, if you do have to get a license or degree in that realm, or maybe it's make-believe, hey, call me. I'd love to get paid. Hey, you want to pay me in tokens, whatever you want to do. I don't care. I'll go out and instruct and teach a class because if that's what's going on over there, then we're all missing the boat. But again, very, very interesting how this is going on. Again, we talk about deregulation. We talk about open markets. Everybody's kind of free-for-all, doing whatever they want. And so here we go, folks. This is another world of real estate. It's a real estate show. So, of course, we have to talk about it because it's important. We cannot not talk about something, especially when it's lurking in the shadows. I love stuff that's in the shadows because I want to bring it to light. I want to talk about it, expose it, interrogate it, and turn it upside down, inside out so we know what we're doing. But the online shopping is the future unless, folks, hey, maybe it's already here, right? I mean, I guess it is because when you think about it, I mean, the physical stores are slowly fading away. They're dying out. They're closing down. And sad day because here in Las Vegas, I mean, gosh, Saks Fifth Avenue, which was the Mecca back here, going back all the way to 1981, 45 years, which kind of shows you how long the fashion show mall's been here on the Las Vegas Boulevard, right across the street from the Wynn Encore Hotel. And boof. They're gone. They're wrapping it up. I mean, it's a sad day, but again, it's the sign of the times as people are setting up websites and they're doing web malls. So you get all these name brands. I guess you pay for the service, maybe like Amazon and what have you. You get on there, the Walmarts, the big box stores, and now they're all going what? Online. So therefore, why do I need to have a big box? Why do I have to have a physical presence? That actually hurts landlords that own shopping plazas and commercial centers because now that space is empty. And you're talking about, folks, probably 20,000 to 50,000 square foot stores. Those are big boxes, as we call them, and to have them sit there empty, who's going to go in there and rent that space? I mean, that hurts. And especially if you're a landlord in commercial real estate and you're looking at your rent rolls and you have, let's say, 8 or 10 storefronts in a shopping plaza. Now you have this, what you call shadow inventory, because that's gone. You're not getting any income from it. Bad. So again, sign of the times. And I know in certain countries, they're doing sales and they're doing shopping online live like it's an auction. You have a person out there. They're on TV or on the web or what have you, on the camera. Boom, they start bringing out items and people are starting to shop and just buy them right there on the spot. And now we're talking about virtual real estate? I mean, really? I mean, my God. Why is this going on? And I'm even scratching myself. Hey, is this really possible? Well, I guess the answer is that, yeah, it is possible because why are they doing it? Well, they have the 4 main reasons. And I would say I had to break that down for you. So they have the top 4 is 1, scarcity, 2, status and identity, 3, monetization, and for the early adoption advantage. Now, doesn't that sound pretty close to the real thing? Maybe, maybe not. But the real question of all of this is, where is the real estate? What country? What city? What state? What county? What area? I mean,
You're
am I in the
crazy.
Matrix right now? I think I might be. Am I taking the blue pill, the red pill? Where am I? And what's happening over here? But folks, I have to say it, basically being told that in this platform or space or world or wherever we're in right now, I guess I'm just going to say the Matrix, okay? There's no constraints on geography. There's no construction permits, which I guess that's a good thing, because I can tell you right now, construction permits, we all been there. It's long, it's tedious, we're waiting for it, we want to build. So I guess that's a good thing online. And no physical materials. Again, and I guess another bonus, because what happens with materials, everything goes up in value, right? We have cost on their physical. So depending upon how you look at it, I mean, this is what is happening, right? So we have to address it and acknowledge it. But again, the deeper dive, now here's where it kind of gets really interesting, is because now, like I said, as a realtor here in the US and also in Cabo, what do we do for our clients when we have a listing, or if we walk a buyer into a new development, whether it's a condo, a home community, or what have you? What does that developer have in their office when we're looking at the sales agent? Well, they have a Matterport, right? You have the big TV screen. You have 3D. You have virtual looks, okay? So you also have interactive building. They also talk about the avatar-friendly interior concepts. So this is the environment, right? It's kind of blending in. Very, very weird when you think about it and you look back and you're just trying to analyze the whole thing. You're like, wow, this is very mind-blowing. And as a realtor, when I see this, very interesting, a lot of similar things, but it's real life, because I realize, like, hey, when I want to have a listing for my client, a Matterport gives you that whole floor space to break down design frame by frame. It's like you're living in a house. Everything is broken down, and you have the different rooms. You have the outside, the exteriors. This is what's going on, I guess, in the virtual world, right? Because, again, I ask myself this question. Now, what is the downside? Because there's always, okay, everything's too good to be true. We're on virtual. Everybody's trying to make money. So it's, again, an NFT. So what's the catch over here, right? Because that's the first thing that I look at is what's the catch? Because, again, the home source verse, we're bringing it to you live. We're giving you all the information. And you know that it's tangible. You could touch it. You hear it. You understand it. And we acknowledge it. But, again, digital wise, what do we look at? We look at market volatility. We look at the different platforms that we talked about, the different areas over there, the lands, so to speak. Like, again, we talk about the lack of standardized valuation frameworks and technological dependence. Okay, so all these things on the back end, it's like speaking algebra. I get it. It's like taking a math class and we're trying to, like, what in the world did he just say? Well, again, the risks are there because anything that's out there in a digital space, are you really secured? I mean, you could be secured within the space, but what's outside the space, right? This is what I'm talking about. It's like a tricks over here. Now, maybe I like to think of it as a cross between the Monopoly board game that we play. For those that know Monopoly, it's all about purchasing real estate. You buy houses, then from houses you go to hotels, and you're starting to buy other people's properties and railroads and what have you, and a cross between Sims, right? So we have all that computer-generated stuff, the simulations. So with Sims and Monopoly, kind of sounds like we're taking a board game and going virtual with it, right? So this is what the metaverse has evolved into as it went from what? Entertainment and personal. Now it's going to enterprise applications. So what happens now? We have the AI avatars. You have the VR headsets. You have mixed reality devices and digital payment systems. What are we talking about here? What is going on, right? This is what's happening live right under our noses. And you're sitting there scratching your head like, wow, you know what? Gianno's right. I mean, this is really what's happening, I never gave thought to it. And that's something that people always say. Sometimes you don't know a good thing unless it's right in front of you or under your nose. We just tend to something's there, but we really don't know what's there, right? So that's what's happening. Because when we were buying all this stuff, I mean, what are you really buying? Stuff that's like nowhere but everywhere. Okay, so this is the other thing, and that's why we have to take a very hard look at this. It's like what I did for the last month and a half, because I'm trying to figure out, besides hedge funds and corporations, who is in the space, because I think it's important to know who's pulling the strings behind there. And obviously, we all know that there's an AI, gold rush. Everybody's trying to do all these systems and data centers, and they're trying to build near water because they have to cool down the equipment and the computer. So what is lurking behind the shadows? Like we talk about again, that, they have to reveal themselves, and this is what's going on right now. So I thought it was important to cover this subject because, again, what would you be thinking about if somebody said to you, hey, I'm going to sell you digital real estate? Don't worry about it. It's nowhere, but it's everywhere. It's in a space, and you just pick a certain space and hope that space, when you speculate on it, you like that little space that you're in, that little world, or make-believe area that you're in, and hope that hits $1 million, because now people are going to want to stop buying physical to go buy digital, something that who's creating all this, and on the back end, who's making all the money, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're not, because obviously you're taking your own currency, converting it into digital tokens, and you have to buy it. This isn't free money that's given to you. You're coming out of your own pocket, folks, to pay for all of this. So this is something that is really like, I don't know. I mean, is the virtual real estate space going to transform into the next social space? So we're all going to be talking in virtual instead of like me meeting people whenever I go to Cabo or Vegas or New York or wherever I am. Is that all going to go away? Is the human touch like gone? I mean, are we growing beyond the physical limitations, reshaping the human condition as what? AI? I mean, seriously, is this what we're doing? I mean, I know people are walking around now. When you go to the Consumer Electronics Show, what we call CES, it always comes out in January here in Las Vegas in the United States with all the technology. And what do they have? They have robots. They have people putting on like this goggles or some type of headset, and you're looking at something, or whether it's a game or it's a physical attraction, it's another person and what have you. I mean, this is kind of like slowly, like, are we getting dumbed down in society? Is this what's happening? We're not even able to evolve in our brain. And what we're doing is we're evolving into like Never Never Land and maybe getting brainwashed. I mean, I don't know. I hope this isn't a scam. I really hope that people are not getting hurt out here doing this. Like, unfortunately, when crypto first started, a lot of people lost a lot of money. Volatility, obviously, it's up and down. There's people that are, setting the rules of what I call that game and that speculation or that trade per se. So hopefully, folks, if you're out there and you're in the space doing this, again, share us some light. We could talk about this topic again in the next couple of weeks and get the feedback so I can analyze what you're saying. I think it's really important because, again, we don't want people to get hurt. I mean, people are going to get financially hurt in different scams. Unfortunately, it's the way of the world. Everybody's trying to scam somebody in some capacity. And what happens? What are you going to do? You report it. You hope that the person gets caught. But this happens in life, folks. We have to be what? We have to be aware. We have to be aware of our surroundings. We have to understand what's taking place, whether it's under our nose or behind our backs. And this is why I feel something like this has to be addressed, because I personally am not going to be doing any virtual buying on real estate. That's just not my space per se. And that's just to me is just something that you have to be aware of. But I focus on the physical. I focus like, hey, I have people that want to buy properties. They want to look at the ocean. They want to feel it. They want to smell that fresh water. They want to get into the water. They want to be on the beach. They want to be having the sun shining down. They can have a coffee or they can have a beverage out on their patio and relax and have that joy and feeling, not being trapped inside a room with the headset on and trying to live in fantasy land. I mean, I know people do that. God bless it. It's whatever makes you happy, folks. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. But like I said, if it's already happening, it's live, it's reality. It's a scary yet interesting thought, folks. So I just want to plant that in your head, no pun intended. But it's like, we move forward in life and we see what's happening. And I don't know how the future holds when it comes to that space, because really, again, I've been around for 8 years. Hey, I just found out about it last year, but I needed to get some more data on it. And now, at least putting all the pieces together, I can articulate it better for you. And there's people that'll be probably better to explain it than I can. So again, share it with me. Let's take it on the show. It's our show, folks, because we all participate. And I really appreciate everybody that reaches out, that contacts me. You have my virtual assistant. I mean, again, here we go. Virtual assistant, the virtual space. If I can't answer your calls or emails or what text messages, that's why I have Miss G. She's there. She handles everything for you. Because like I said in other shows, I would never want to hound anybody, chase people down, all that stuff. That's not the way I handle my business. I want it to be where we can interact with each other calmly. We can act each other, when you're ready. I'm not going to chase you down. You have the tools. Everything is there for you. You're online. You're looking at Mexico. You're looking at the United States and Vegas. You're looking at the newsletters. You're looking at all the different things. My concierge partnership program, which has been a big hit. So we already had a couple properties that we put together up here in Las Vegas. That's going to be closing. So I'm very happy to announce that. We'll make that official here in the next couple of weeks because we have one behind the other. So I'm excited about bringing the community together, like our show. We're a community, bringing things together, making things happen. So, like I said, I have 2 quotes that I've been thinking about. I want to say, when am I going to bust this out? But now is the time to bust it out. So you're going to love these because it wowed me. So I want to save it for this show. I thought it was very important. So the first quote is that when you were born, you look like your parents, but when you die, you look like your decisions, right? So think about that one. When you're born, you look like your parents, but when you die, you look like your decisions, okay? Secondly, procrastination is the assassination of your destination. So then I ask you, what are you going to do? Okay, what's your plan? What are you focused on? Okay, ideas are cheap if they're not carried out, right, folks? So these are the things that I want to plant the seed because, again, this is going to be a big, big year. There's a lot of things that are taking place and a lot of things that are going on, and we have to be ready for it because, again, what's happening here? We have distractions, we have noise, we have diversions, we have things that, and again, I know it's Mercury in retrograde as well, so that's going to be ending soon, thank God, because a lot of people can't handle that. We have, again, a lot of miscommunication, misinterpretation. Okay, we get susceptible to things. We're vulnerable to things. So now that's all going to get washed out. I believe it ends March 20th. So we're not that far off here, folks. So we just got to hang in there and then we're on easy street. But again, just keep in mind what we're talking about here, what's happening around you. And again, anything that's breaking news, I'm going to give it to you straight. That's what the show's all about. Breaking news, it's always a reveal. We're always going to reveal something that people, or most people, may not know about, and that's what makes the show exciting because you're like, wow, you can walk away after listening to the show. It's like, I can't believe what I just heard. That's unbelievable. I didn't even know that. That's what makes the difference. That's what we're talking about here. It's about getting sourced, not so much about home source, but it's just about getting sourced in general effectively with real estate. This is what it's all about. So again, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much. Again, I will be in Cabo, so remember, March 19th to the 23rd. Mark it down if you're in the area. You got to come see me. Come to my office. We'll get you a tequila. We'll get you a coffee, whatever you want. Or we can have tequila and coffee. Actually, it's pretty good, too, because that's Mexican coffee, right? Delish. And at the same time, the next couple of shows, we're going to be doing our pre-Cabo show because, again, we're going to be down there. Also, my New York City show because, again, I'm going to be going to New York here soon. We got a lot of stuff that's happening behind closed doors over there that I want to bring to you. A little bit of I say a trailer, but a little bit of a name drop there. But we will be talking about some stuff that's coming up in New York City that I want to bring live. So on that note, again, folks, take care. God bless. Be safe. Be smart. Okay. And like I said, as always, I get excited because I always want to, talk next week because there's always something more to talk about. But I'll leave off like the old newspaper guy that was always on the corner back in the day when they say, read all about it. But in this case, it's talk all about it. And that's what we do. Take care.
As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free.
Oh yes, goodbye.
You have just listened to Getting Home Sourced with your radio host, Gianno Buonaguro. This podcast is a registered trademark and may not be reproduced without the express written consent of VegasHomeSource.com. For additional information about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, call or text Gianno toll-free at 888-528-2810 or visit his website at VegasHomeSource.com. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.